everyone, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mary and I'm a practicing lawyer in Nigeria. Also, I am a real estate consultant. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch my video. If you're a new subscriber, I do appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this YouTube channel. Thank you for being one of my subscribers. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. If you're yet to subscribe to this YouTube channel and you're watching me right now, please do also click on the subscribe button. Okay, in today's video, I will be reacting a legal reaction to a viral video that was on the internet about a week ago. I know this video is quite late. A friend actually called me, I think that was on an Easter Monday, and he asked, have you seen the video? What is your reaction to that? So I find it necessary to actually film this video. So basically it's about a viral video involving two teens engaging in sexual activities. So there has been a lot of remarks, a lot of question of law, whether it can be said that that girl was raped. So I'll be giving my reaction, putting law aside, and also I will also mix facts with law and give a legal opinion on it. Luckily for me, I think this particular, the whole situation is not before any court right now, so I can give a fair comment, just my own legal opinion on it. Here is the fact. A school in Lagos, Nigeria went on an academic trip to Dubai. I actually presumed it to be an academic trip. Okay, so the school went with, based on what I read on the internet, the school went with about 51 pupils, and there were about 6 teachers that were there to a sort of security or to just take care of the pupils over there. So while in Dubai, 2 teens engaged in sexual activities. It was being recorded and it went viral, or let me say it's still viral right now. Okay, so many people that watched that video has been saying whether that the girl was not raped, and the mother actually came on the internet, she recorded the video and she shared it on the internet to say Nigerians should come to her rescue, that a girl was being raped. Putting law aside, I watched that video, and like many of you that are yet to watch that video, please, I would advise you not to watch the video because it will definitely corrupt your mind. Okay, so I watched that video, and for me, I saw that the girl actually led the heart. Please, one thing that we all need to have in our mind now is that the girl, it is alleged that the girl is below the age of 18, and we can also presume that the boy that was involved in that act was also below 18, so which means we are talking about 2 minors. Okay, so I've been able to highlight 2 issues which I will be addressing from a legal point of view. Okay, so the first issue is that whether it can be said that the girl was being raped based on what we watch and the circumstance of the whole situation, whether that girl was being raped. Number 2 is if that boy, being a minor, can be said to have raped another minor. So we have 2 issues. When it comes to rape is a criminal offense, and we use the criminal code or the penal code to actually address issues relating to crimes. Okay, so we use the penal code in the northern part of Nigeria, and we use the criminal code in the southern part of Nigeria. And the major element of rape is consent. There are other elements, but the major element is consent. Whether consent was obtained or it was obtained under duress, probably the victim was being coerced or was being forced into giving consent. So that is the major element of the offense of rape. Okay, so I would not be using the penal code or the criminal code to give my legal opinion, because the people involved, both the perpetrator, or let me say the alleged perpetrator, and the victim are actually people below the age of 18. So the applicable law should be the Child's Rights Act of 2003, because the Child's Rights Act is the law that protects the interest of anybody below the age of 18 in Nigeria. So the Child's Rights Act of 2003 says about having sexual intercourse with a child. The definition of the child is basically someone below the age of 18. Okay, so what does the Child's Rights Act says? So 31 of the Child's Rights Act 2003 says, no person shall have sexual intercourse with a child. The next subsection, a person who contravenes this provision of subsection 1 of this section commits an offense of rape and is liable on conviction to imprisonment for life. Subsection 3, where a person is charged with an offense under this section, it is immaterial that the offender believed the person to be of or above the age of 18. B, the sexual intercourse was with the consent of the child. Mixing this law with fact simply means anybody, anyone at all that that have sexual intercourse with a child, someone below the age of 18, will be, if by going to courts and the courts find it like truly that person has really had sexual intercourse with a child, whether the consent was willingly, whether the girl gave consent or not, it will amount to rape. I know many people will frown at this law, okay, but I want people to understand that women and girls from time immemorial have always been victims of rape, and I think this law is actually there to protect that. Also bear in mind that this provision I just read out, it is not gender based, it is not gender biased, it is not saying a child means a girl or a child means a boy. So which means that boy as well may come out and say he was raped because he's under the age of 18. So that is my point. So which means one can say, or let's just say one can say that the girl was being raped according to Section 31 of the Child's Right Act. It may be different in the courts, okay? It may be different based on how the prosecutor will handle the matter, okay? So it's you may find it that the court will just say probably this is not the case of rape. So that can be maybe a technical problem. Probably the prosecutor did not perform his job well. But I'm talking about the circumstance and the facts right now, and mixing law with that fact. Based on this section, it can be said that that was a case of rape. Okay, so I also mentioned earlier that women and girls have always been victims of rape. That doesn't mean men and boys doesn't experience that, but I think many of them find it difficult to actually come out and say this is what I had experienced, this is what is happening to me, probably because of shame. So many of them bottle it up, okay? And I can always say that if we are to check, it will be very, very few cases. Yes, very few cases, but girls and women, it happens a lot. Okay, that's been said. Issue number 2, whether the boy being a minor can be said to have raped another minor. Okay, so there is something we call criminal responsibility in Nigeria. Under the Nigerian legal system, there is what we call criminal responsibility, and according to the criminal code, section 30 of the criminal code, it says the age for criminal responsibility starts from 12. So it's now borders on the question whether that boy is below the age of 12 or above the age of 12. Okay, so that will now answer the question if the boy can be said to be criminally responsible for that act, bearing in mind that if the boy is found guilty of that offense, he will only be tried by a juvenile court. Okay, so this is just to protect his interest. Probably in some years time, he may want to do certain things in the society just to protect him in a way. Let me just put it that way. So there's juvenile court, so it will not be tried. It will not be tried in normal courts where they tried adults for criminal offenses. I've been able to deal with those two issues. Okay, now I find it necessary to also mention that there is an offense called child pornography. Can I use the word us? Like many people have actually watched that video. So it is fine for you to watch the video, because when my friend called me and asked about my legal opinion, I need to watch the video, because when he was saying it, like it cannot be rape and all that. So he sent that video just for me to analyze it. So it is enough. You picking your phone and sharing it on social media, like why are you doing that? There is an offense called child pornography, and you may be sued for that offense. So having such sexual explicit on your phone or sharing it on the social media, on your WhatsApp, and watching it, honestly, you may be sued for that offense. So it is possible for you to be on my WhatsApp list and I get to view your status and I saw that kind of a thing on your status, I may sue you, honestly speaking, or probably the parent of the child may come after you and sue you. So please don't be ignorant of the law. The fact that you were not aware will not be an excuse, will not be a yardstick for you to say, for the court to say, yeah, go and see no more. Okay, so please stop sharing that video. If you have it on your phone, do well to delete it. Okay, I also find it necessary to mention that parents, you need to give adequate sex education to your children. If you fail in this aspect, definitely they will go on social media to learn, or they ask their friends, and which may not bring a good consequence. Stop shying away from this topic. Sit your children down. Talk to them about it. Gone are the days whereby African parents would say, no, I don't want my children to know about this. We are in this world of smartphone. They can always get anything they want on the smartphone. Because for me, I think giving that girl a smartphone was actually the biggest mistake that the parents made. That's just in my own opinion. And for many people, I read it on the internet, they actually tweeted that this is bad parenting and all that. It is possible that that parent or the father and the mother, it is possible that they did their best in teaching that girl, and she still turned out to be the way she is. Okay, because when you're not in someone's shoes, you may not really understand. So people that are saying bad parent, it is possible that she did her best in teaching the girl. Okay, so please just do what to give them the adequate education they need. Teach them the basics. There is nothing to shy away from. It is happening in the society now. It is not even on TV series. You see so many things happening on it. So on the internet, people watching on the TV. So please do not shy away from giving adequate sex education to your children. And so to the role played by the school, for me, I feel the school failed in doing their own parts, because taking about 51 pupils on a trip with 6 teachers, trust me, let's forget about what happened. For security purpose, I don't think 6 teachers will be enough to protect that 51 pupil. For parents, I had mentioned earlier that your children do not need a smartphone when they are in junior or senior secondary school. They do not need it. If they need to do some assignment, they can always pick your phone and work on the assignment. You giving them a phone will be a big distraction. Let's forget about the fact that they may go on the internet and watch videos that are not meant to be watched at that age. But definitely it will be a distraction. When they are meant to bury their heads in their books, definitely there will be maybe WhatsApp or Facebook and all that, which will be a big distraction. I know of a family who can afford, like they can afford to actually give their children phones. But till now, the boy was talking to me one day like, I really need a smartphone, but my dad is not willing to buy one for me and all that. But when we're having that conversation, I did not really reason about it. But when this video was trending, I now got to realize that probably this is why the parent was trying to protect the interest of the children by not giving them a phone. Okay, because the boy is actually in SS3, but to a reasonable extent you can say probably someone in SS3 that will be going to the higher institution in some months or in a year time will definitely need a smartphone. But they are still of the opinion that until when he's in a higher institution and probably he needs a phone to call the parents and all that. So basically, please, your children do not need a smartphone. They do not need a smartphone as at, let me say, junior secondary school, senior secondary school, probably by SS3 or when they are in the university, you may provide them with one. Okay, if you have a different opinion about all what I have said, please do what to drop it in the comment section. If you're a lawyer, you're watching me, and probably you find it necessary to just add 1 or 2 things to what I have said so far, please do well to drop it in the comment section. And if you also have a question for me, or you have any question probably based on this video or whatsoever, please do well to drop in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. See you in another video.